MC, I to cut the phone pole, break my lease so I can move. Cause you a bugaboo, a bugaboo. I wanna put your number on the call doc. FAOL, make my email stop. Cause you a bugaboo, you bugging what you bugging, who you bugging me, and don't you see it ain't cool. It's not hot that you be calling me, stressing me, paging my people, you just won't stop. And it's not hot that you be leaving me messages every 10 minutes and then you stop by. When I first met you, you weren't cool, but it was game, you had me fooled. 'Cause 20 minutes after I gave you my number, you already had my mailbox full. So what? You bought a pair of shoes, but now here's the thing I owe you. You have to call as much as you do. I give them back to be through with you. And so what? Mama like you. Now here's the thing I will do. Even if you don't say it like you do, I don't really care 'cause you a bugaboo.
Out the window to MCI. Hello. How is everybody doing? If there's anybody here, please say what's up all about industry. We are talking season 4, episode 2 tonight. Before we get into y'all, Ashley, how are you doing? Are you ready to talk about this episode?
I am, Tyra. How are you? Anybody, sing a Black girl song. Where y'all at tonight? Come on in the room and we can talk about the depression of it all. Trigger warning in advance. Heavy themes, heavy subject matter, IV drug use, and other things. But no, Tyra, I'm excited to be here and happy MLK Day, y'all.
Yeah, all of that good stuff. Because, we all have a dream. Be sure to hit that like button for us, guys. It helps us out a lot. And it lets us know that you want us to keep talking all things industry. Come on now, show a little love. But starting where we always typically start, Ashley, overall thoughts.
I hated it. I hated this episode. You literally know nothing, Jon Snow. I was aggravated. I said, "Oh, this is what we're doing the whole episode." First of all, Henry's character was introduced to us as volatile, a means to an end for Yasmin, but really not part of our core cast that I'm really ever concerned about, ever interested in. He's just a rich boy with trauma and money. Like that's who he is. And like I said, a means to an end to save face, to save reputation and standing for Yasmin. That's all I looked at him as. I did not need a whole damn episode of Henry. My gosh, there were so many other things and so many other places and storylines I feel like we could have used this episode to go into. It makes me fearful for the rest of the season, Tyra, but I did not enjoy this episode. And whoever wants to get in there, oh, you just don't understand. I get it. He's traumatized, damn it. I see who he is. I just don't care. That's the issue, I feel like. And industry has had great writing since it's begun, right? But we've been, like you said earlier, Tyra, we've been in the office. We've been at Pierpoint. We've been there, the high stakes reality of the finance industry. And now that they're venturing out, like, we don't give a damn about your home life. Like, I really could care. Where's the business there? Where's Harper Stern doing something illegal, some insider training? I don't care about, like, they didn't do this. They didn't make him endearing. They didn't make him likable. Nobody's likable, but you didn't put enough about him in here to even make us care. Like, I mean, take an example, Rishi. I hate Rishi. But his story, I was sad because what happened? You owe how much? You're a degenerate gambler and they took out your wife? Okay, I care. Henry, baby, I ain't know your daddy. You barely knew your daddy. You were 10 years old. Like, I get it. You found him. It was sad. But like a whole episode, Tyra, an entire episode, I got to see Jon Snow crying in his bloodshot arms because he's an IV drug user. Like, I did not enjoy it. I didn't care. And it wasn't that it was poorly acted. I don't want to say that. It's just narratively for me as an audience member, I'm not bought in enough to care about him for 48 minutes.
Not you counted down the minutes. Ashley said 48 minutes and 12 seconds of my time. Ditto. The first thing that came to my mind, I was like, where's Rob? I was like, I wonder what Rob's doing. I said, I wonder what Rob's doing right now and how the business going. Is it on an upward trajectory? Is he being successful? Is it going to take a little time? Because I really could give two damns about what Henry VIII is doing over here. Like you said, I thought that before we maybe got that last episode of the previous season, Henry was going to be a one-off. We have a lot of great characters come here who are just an ends to a means to whatever financial situation that we have going on, whatever stocks, and you can get me to point A to B as Yasmin, as Rob, as Harper, and then we don't see you again. And if we do, it's sporadic. I thought this was going to be like an Otto or what was that man that was trying to control Harper? That eccentric man that was on a jet. What is his name? I can't remember his name, but he was the one who Gus was dating his son and he was supposed to be tutoring him. I thought that
Leo,
Henry
yeah.
was going to be that. Yes, I thought Henry was going to be that, and then it was just going to be done. But to have him here in this full capacity in our face like this, he was always great in doses because he's a lot. That full episode where he had a whole meltdown and he was fighting Rob all in the play area because I'm trying to do something good and it's all falling apart and the stock is dropping and we're getting into mental health and Yasmin has to come rescue him out of the bathroom. That was good. Yes, Jesse, look, that was good. I was really here for that. This here, and not to say that I don't like or appreciate some bleak things. This isn't, news to us. Every single character that we have mentally is not okay. They don't, their whole lives are laced in trauma. This isn't new, but just with him and what it should mean to us, I don't care if he lives or dies, and that's not okay. For how long that we sat here in this episode, and I should have known when they gave him that little interlude at the very, very end of the last episode, like, don't forget about Henry. And I was like, oh, yeah, we already knew what Henry was doing, but I don't think that we needed to be here for this long because if we're with Henry, this is Jasmine. And Yasmin, it's too much of the both of them. What I really, really liked about industry altogether is that we had a billion characters, and I hate a billion characters that we don't know what to do with. Shout out to Stranger Things. But we have a billion characters, and every single one of them matter. They all have a place and a time, and the writing is impeccable for when we have them there and when we don't. It all makes sense narratively. This much of Henry VIII is too much. It's too much, Sir Henry. I just, I didn't, I kept waiting to leave. And this really made me anticipate where Rob was because all this ever did, because we don't have any stock in Henry, is try to think about what this means for Yasmin. But we can be so iffy at times with Yasmin's character and why we should care about what she's going through that it's just like, okay, yeah, when are we getting back to the things? I knew that this was going to be shaky. When we left Pure Point, I was like, it's up. It's up. Pure Point had a lot going on, but Pure Point was very contained. And they did a really good job of giving us highs and extreme lows and extreme. And we were all in the confines of that one building. All we could do was level up and then go meet. Like it was great. Everything was clicking. All of us kind of spread out doing our own thing. It concerns me a whole lot. And if you are taking this time to put, nothing Jon Snow in the forefront, at the end of the episode, when Uncle Daddy said winter is coming, spring is coming, gave a little shout out to Game of Thrones, I said, this is not the Jon Snow show. Don't put Henry in my face just yet. Not like that. We don't know him like that. Even though he was here previously, you still have to ease us into his character. We're going to see, but this didn't leave like, I can't wait to see what we do episode 3. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's
I don't, Tyra, I just wish I could care. Like, I was like, okay, they're going to sword fight. I was like, ooh, they're going to wrestle peen tips. When that man came in there, turned out to be an hallucination. I said, well, okay, because it was very much giving I want you in my mouth. Like that's what it gave. And I was like, okay, we're not going here. And I hear you, Leah, in the chat. However, I did not need a whole episode of this. This was like a play, like y'all trying to win an Emmy or something. Like this was so stylized and so like, ooh, let's get deep, beautiful minds. Like I'm not seeing you, but I'm seeing you, and it's gonna change my life. You have to have a life that we care about to change. They could have did it in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but not a whole episode.
Just getting, we immediately start with Henry, and while, as if we don't have enough reasons to be down in the funk, we knew we have a flashback, because y'all gotta know why I'm down and out, and I'm an IV drug user. I lost the member parliament. I lost. And this just shows for me how much power he maybe thought he had and influence that's just not there, to where you can see the candidates that are here. It's really like a dog and pony show, especially when you see, I was like, is that a DJ? You know, those DJs that you never see their face and they're just scratching. It was like, yeah, you didn't have like an abundance of candidates, but even Mr. DJ over here, he probably got just as many votes as you did, as we see by this ballot. Come on up to the microphone and talk about your failure, because they seem to be constant. I don't know, Ashley. Did you feel like between this and, of course, the impending birthday, was this enough to just have you turn to those hard drugs?
Like later on, and I think this was probably the most poignant portion of the episode, when we do actually get a conversation between he and his uncle, right? Like, you have to pack it away, store it away, smoke it away, drink it away, Solange, right? Like, I tried to spend it away, I tried to, just screw it away, do all those things. But no, he's perpetually in a state of failure, in a state of drug use. Like, when we first meet him at his first failed company, he's already still on the brink of madness. Like, all he's looking for is a reason. You ran in this race with no real, other than appearances and like how it'll look for the family. Like, this wasn't a passion project of his. Like, this wasn't something he was really like, ooh, I want to be this. I think he's just looking for his next reason. He's always looking for his next reason to use, to shoot something up, to fly off the handle, to, go off the deep end. I really was questioning the entire time why he's not somewhere inpatient. Baby, because if you've been struggling this way your whole life, what the lady say on 90 Day Fiance? You're an American, you have the money, you're English, you have the money, you live in a castle, sir. Like, get the help that you need and move on. No, other than the public, I guess, embarrassment, if that's what we can call it. But we know you weren't taking your career in politics that seriously because of your behavior afterwards, immediately following, sir. Like, no, I think he just is perpetually looking for a reason, looking for an excuse to fail and to use. I think it's his support animal. He likes it. He likes his dope.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's giving. You don't know my story. My life is bad. Let me do this. This is what worries me for his character, because even in that previous season, we haven't seen him actively just have a regimen of proper medication or get treated. So it's just like a matter of time until we relapse immediately back into these old behaviors. And we don't have anyone actively in his life trying to push him to seek out treatment. But you already know how these things go. It's not going to happen unless you really want it. He doesn't want to. So since he doesn't want to, and nobody else seems to care about anything but maintaining appearances, and well, at least your dad would have X, Y, and Z. Sure, he was suffering inside, but he kept up, until he. You need to do the same thing. You just, I'm like, what are we supposed to do with this? There's just no anticipation. There's even, at least a stronger hold for me if we see him struggling and battling, trying to get it together. And he just keeps failing in that way. And it's like, well, I'm failing here and I relapse, but remember that time, that season where I was really trying? Maybe I need to do a redo and then see what I got wrong here so I can stay. But there's nothing. And I don't even want a whole, episode of Uncle or Yasmin trying to push him to seek out proper help, because they don't care. Nobody cares. This is, the whole thing. Like, nobody cares about me. Nobody. Okay, we get it. But how many episodes can we take of nobody cares? How many episodes can we take of, okay, when is the bottom going to foul out? Because, oh, Henry looks like he might have it together here, and it's just like, oh, it's not going to be shocking. We're going to expect the expected. You're going to continue to fail. The only aspect of like, okay, what the hell does that look like, is if we're going to continue to fail and have a child on the way. Like, what are we supposed to do with this? I don't know, but I was hoping like the sensible one, which would, I guess, be Uncle, because you seem to care so much about what I'm not doing and how I'm not pursuing an active career and establishing anything. You're just here sulking and being addicted, but you're not trying to get me going out there and hunting and shooting a couple of ducks or whatever the hell they're doing out there with those rifles. That's not going to help me do anything. I don't know. I don't know. I was like, could this just be a ploy for Yasmin? Like, maybe Yasmin wants him to die and she could just collect the funds. Like, just give me some diabolicalness somewhere. But we get into the family curse, or at least that's what it presents as far as Henry is concerned. He feels like this is inevitable. This is where we met him. We didn't even meet him like in a light to go like, you know what? I see it. Like this, there's not enough duality with his character. I feel like it's always been this. He had that one time in last season where he showed that cute little butt, showed it again this episode, in that pool, and that was it. This is all it's ever been. It's just not enough. But he just feels like it's my time. I always knew that this day would come. It's just hereditary. And I'm like, it's hurtful, I guess, if you want to identify with that we do have these cycles perpetuating and nobody cares to step in. Yasmin is new here, and we know why Yasmin is here. But you will want Uncle to step in to avoid X, Y, and Z. Not my, like, no, we're just here. You need to pick yourself up and figure it out. Like, let's just go. You're not gonna. Uncle told me everything I needed to know about him when we had the gun. And it's like, I could shoot you right here outside, and who could stop me? Who would do anything? It's just like, well, go on and do it then. I know you're not. You don't even have enough passion to do that. What are you gonna do? Shoot me out here, you loser? Like, he just doesn't care. I don't know. This just felt like some sulking English drama that I wanted to get away from. It felt like a different show. The only thing that made it industry was Yasmin. Ashley, how'd you feel about Uncle here in this family curse? Because he said it's 40, and I'm gonna threaten you, Uncle, because I'll shoot you down here in this field.
I mean, this has already clearly been an uneasy piece. He probably resents his uncle being there and so invested in his life and affairs anyway. This is, of course, the father didn't make it to his, past his 40th birthday because he did what he did. And Yasmin being a busybody in the house, not letting the help do what the help is supposed to do, digging up stuff. Like, why are you going through the daddy's drawers? Why are you picking up stuff? Why did you take it up on your? Oh, I found this Rolex. I got it fixed for you, baby. Put it on. Like, this was my dad's watch. Ho, what are you doing? I don't want to be reminded of this. I was like, Yasmin, sit down somewhere. But what I really gleaned from all of this is Yasmin is still on that need me, want me, choose me, love me, like anything I can do to get your acceptance and your validation and for somebody to tell me I'm a good person. I'm so over that with Yasmin. It's been 4 seasons of that, Yasmin. You're not a good person, baby. You don't care about this man. You don't really love this man. I don't know why we're doing this. As far as Henry, like he's a petulant child at this point who's been able to run free and do what he's wanted to do. And those track marks are elderly. Okay, they're new and old, Tyra. He's been injecting the drugs for a very, very, very long time. All Uncle is like, as long as you don't squander the family's fortune, and you kind of keep it reasonably reserved, whatever you got to do, you got to shoot up to get a little release, fine. Just don't mess up our bad name. I wish Henry had somebody in his life that really loved him for who he is, but honestly we haven't really met who Henry really is. Like, every time we've come in contact with him, it's in the I guess the scope of either his mental illness, because clearly that baby is bipolar or something. There's something else going on, but then also under the influence. So really, who is Henry?
Well, wait, was he not diagnosed the last season? Because I felt like they were trying to make sure he was on some regimen, and he was like, "I need my meds."
He's not medicated now. I know he's
But
on.
is he diagnosed as something that we missed last season?
Drop it in the
I,
comments,
I,
y'all. I know the
I
diagnosis.
remember him, or the assistant that eventually was a part of that lawsuit last season. She was the one making sure, like, you need to take these medications, and he was going back and forth with Rob. And it's just like, oh, my bad, I didn't mean to do that. I missed one of my meds. Like,
You need to get it back. Even then, though, he's still skewed. So you miss a dose and you're off that badly. Again, I just don't feel like I have really met who he is. And at this point, I don't really care to. I do think it's a sad existence for every relationship in your life to be purely based on what you can provide, what you can offer, what your last name is. But I mean, you're 40, baby. At some point, the onus is on you to get the help that you need to be productive. I think this is where Yasmin belongs. I think she fits right into this equation. Now, she's going to stay. She's going to stay for the money. She's going to stay, like you said, for his imminent demise, right? So I can get that coin. But Yasmin going to find her some dingling. She is. She's going to find some new dingling. I don't know if they're going to share peen or what, she and her husband, because I think he likes it too. But I'm just interested to see what's going to happen. Break the curse. Break the curse, Henry. I don't have any hope for him, Tyra. I
I
really think this
know.
is going to end badly. I just really think in a couple episodes he's not going to be in the land of the living anymore.
That's what I want. Even if it is gonna end badly, at least let us think it won't for a little while. I don't see anything good happening for him. We're here because of Yasmin, and I feel like that should be the focus. What's so wrong with Yasmin residing in a place of villainy? Why can't we be there? This would be so much better if we knew and she knew exactly why she was here. Because it's not given, I just love you down. You're the love of my life. Because if she cared, she would be doing what she could to push him beyond. But, she still actively uses and get her little buzz on. Like, we just can't. If we're in a way and we're not emotionally stable half the time, how are you going to help anybody else anyway? But the way that she got here, this wasn't love. This was a choice. This was a means to an ends. If it was just like, I know that he's on his last leg and he's not going to make it too much further, and I could have an heir and live my best life and be maybe the mother I never had and whatever. I don't care if you come and go. I just care about what comes my way. And it's very diabolical on that end. Like that energy she gave at the end of this episode said, if you ever do that to me again, I'm going to be the one who kills you. Go over there.
And
Because
stay
this just doesn't work. I do not like Yasmin here in this element. There's a whole lot not to like about Yasmin, but it just feels defeated here. At least in the prior season, it seems like she had something that she wanted to accomplish. Here she just feels stifled and stuck. Like they're all just kind of like in some state of arrested development. Like, what are we supposed to do with that? We're not going to grow with you because you're not going to grow beyond this. What does Yasmin want outside of boasting up Henry? Like, you don't have any desires or anything of your own anymore? Because if this is it, I don't know if I'm going to make it through the season.
I don't think she thinks he's going to make it long. Like literally, I don't. And yes, Leah, there's an adultery clause in the prenup, but there's also a drug use clause in the prenup.
Uh-huh.
So I mean,
I, what,
six one half dozen in the other. It is what it is. Yasmin, this is a starter marriage for Yasmin. This is not her forever partner. I feel like she's in it to get a bag. Like her family name or family money was called into question in jeopardy. Yasmin gonna stay long enough to get whatever she needs and moves on. I would really hope, and I get it. People are complex and they're nuanced, supposed to be, right? But everything that we've seen from Yasmin from day one is about self, is about either me being validated, me being, satiated, me getting what I want, me being a princess, all of those things. And baby, that's in jealousy. And that's who you've been this entire time, sister. And I would love it if she would finally walk in it. I would love it if we get a sinister grin next episode and she's
yeah,
like, he's right where I want him. Like, take him out, baby.
I don't know. I thought at this season, Lover Girl Yasmin left with Rob, and we were going to get into an era of hurt people. As bad as it would be, I just thought that we were going to go knee deep, like, oh my God, Yasmin, oh my goodness. This doesn't feel any different from the Yasmin of yesteryear, and this is season 4. That's not good, per se. We want growth, even if we are somewhere that isn't Pure Point. Let's go over there. Start a marriage. But getting back into Miss Thing, so we're just mothering. We're mothering and maintaining appearances. Is this what we're left with? I, what do we? I don't know. I thought that, like you said, the clauses and the prenup and bump that. I thought Yasmin was gonna be having her freaking way. I really did, because even though they don't think so, Henry needs her, and especially Uncle. We need that. She's a part of the maintaining appearances of it all. And that's what we see her actively doing. Like, we seen her, whatever she was doing, lobbying, or she called herself doing for Henry before. But I don't want to see multiple episodes of Yasmin just mothering. Because that's all she was doing this episode. As much as hard as she tried, it's not much because it is Yasmin. But it's a lot of, don't do that. Didn't I tell you? Well, we're at this way. We're button up. Can you straighten up? Can you at least get it together? We have people coming over. Whitney's here. Can you act presentable? Put some clothes on. Put those drugs up. Like, this isn't. I don't want this. And often if we're not spending time with Harper, we're spending time with Yasmin. And we don't have Rob no more. So we're going to be going in between. I don't want to be here with her. And that's not good for the show. Not at all. But all we can ever think about is this party that we're planning, and you need to get it together enough just to show up and, greet our guests. But whatever you're going through personally, I could really give a damn. If that's how she feels, then just let her be evil. I thought we were going to just be getting like Sleeping Beauty type of evil, like Maleficent type energy. I don't know what this is. Actually, what do we do with Yasmin going forward that's going to keep us invested in her character? Because I feel like she might wither by the wayside right over here with Henry, unless he dies soon, unfortunately.
I mean, I really thought, if we weren't gonna get use a Disney villain on this side of it, I really thought we were getting into our dangerous liaisons, damn it, and Marie Antoinette, let them eat cake. I thought there was gonna be cakes ate last night, because when all else fails, industry's gonna defer to the sex. And I was like, that's easy, right? We can go over there, introduce Whitney into some concoctions, and have a whole debaucherous moment and make things complicated, because that's what industry has done since day one. And the fact that they shied away from it, I was really, really shocked by that. No, I don't want to see her over here. I don't want to see her, what do you say, in her powdered wigs, babying this man and babysitting him. I don't want to see that. But again, the way that they're going to cut that, it's going to be sexually. They didn't do it last night because they were focused on him, but there's going to be some twisty turny weird stuff that they're going to try to do to make her feel powerful again. That was the whole thing with her dynamic with Rob, right? It was, I need to be in control of something. And we find her in this same exact situation with a man who don't want to have sex with her again. That last boyfriend didn't want to have sex. He was on his phone. I'm right here. So you have to tease Rob and exert some sort of dominatrix energy over him. I just hope she don't get with Otto or the uncle at some point. Industry makes me nervous. Again, because they always are going to defer to the low-hanging fruit. It's always going to be sex with Yasmin and Harper. And I'm just scared that's the way they're going to try to move her out of this mothering situation. And I fear it's actually going to make it worse. As long as she stays with Henry, in my opinion, in some capacity, she's going to be a caregiver. She's going to be a care. When she said to that little young girl in there, I was going to sleep in your bed. Well, come on in then. Oh, never mind. Just kidding. Yasmin, are you that hard up? What are you thinking about? But yeah, I think she'll always be in a caregiving capacity unless he gets the help he needs. This man is not fixable. No person can fix this man. So she'll forever perpetually be in that role. Now, what she does on the side of that, that'll be something.
I don't want no sex. I'm like, I don't want no sex from Yasmin. This is the first time your coochie cannot fix everything. I thought we were gonna get some growth from Yasmin this season, which is why I wanted Rob here, not to have them together, because she's toxic as hell, and Rob was lingering too long in that state of anything you say, whatever you like, Yasmin. I'm just here to help. I'm here to be your friend, your confidant, your stepping stool, your sex object, your whatever you say. Meanwhile, you don't actually really care about me. The fact that we acknowledged that last season, and it was like, Rob, I don't want that from you. Don't play with me. We are beyond that. We've known each other too long. I need you to grow up, because I'm trying to grow up too. We can have more than that. This is not a game. This is my life. It was just like, oh, okay, I maybe do have the capacity to give more than that. We don't have to have sex. Let's go on down and see about this new job opportunity. And then we get here and it's right back to that, because I'm not feeling desire. Me, you haven't touched me this whole time. Before we got, you couldn't wait to. I thought we were gonna be beyond this. I thought Yasmin was gonna, at this point, acknowledge why she often uses sex to have her way, and see who she is as a person outside of her sexuality and her little prowess. No! We're still here because, granted, you're not showing up and you're not suit and tie ready, but the main problem is you're not giving me none. I don't feel desirable. Don't you want me? You don't want me. I'm Yasmin. What's going on? She has to be wanted. She has to be desired. It's required to be with her. Meanwhile, he is just in such a sick state of mind. It's so sick that Yasmin even sees him in a sexual way in the state that he's in. Like they're just so broken as a people. Like at least with Harbor over there, for the most part, she enjoys it. Like, do you even enjoy this? Do you want like you can't possibly like this? But it's just like, oh, he's like, girl, get off me. That's not going to work this time. And then once we get there and we get into the prenup of it all, well, yeah, you can't have any partners. You can't have. Well, yeah, I haven't cheated. You're not supposed to be using sex. That's using drugs. That's all also in there. Open it up and like, okay, yo, surprise, you have these track marks. So we all know each other's dirty little secrets, if you will. Like, is she going to use this to her advantage? Is she waiting? Does she have to have an heir before she enacts on he's not honoring the prenuptial agreement? I need to get out of here with a bag if I don't get out of here in general because he unalives himself. This is just a very unhappy place, and I don't want them to leave me here again. But I don't think sex is going to fix any of this. So when we got to the end of the episode and it was like, oh yeah, like, oh please, you sick beings. This is just pathetic. I'm sorry. They need help. Both of them need psychological help. And there's never going to be a moment in industry where we go to therapy and seek any help from any goddamn body.
All the money, and they will never get the help they need. Never, ever, ever. Yeah, like Yasmin at this point, the bathtub was predatory to me. Get your hands off that man. No means no, Yasmin. No means no. Like, what are you doing? And he's like, what do you want me to do? Shake it for you? Like, it was ridiculous to me. Again, like I said, where she's finding herself in the same exact place we saw her season 1 with that boyfriend who did not want her. Yasmin has this unending, unyielding desire to be liked, to be validated, to be appreciated. We saw even when she was working at Pierpoint, it was very much, let me serve you. Sure, I'll get you guys lunch. Is there anything else I can do for you guys? Absolutely. Sure, I'll do it. Sign me up. Like I'll do it. Like that's just who she is. I think that she thinks that as far as with other men, right? Robert was fawning after her, falling at her feet. Like like you said, your wish is my command. And I'm thinking she thought this was going to be the dynamic with Henry. He did an initial little press, right? Like, hey, you should marry me, girl. I'll change your life. And she was like, yeah. And then it was like, oh, and he gave me the best. It's like indescribable, the sex that we had. Oh my gosh. Like he rearranged my internal organs. I loved it. I want him back again. And now it's like dry as the Sahara. She's always going to fall back to that. I think she thinks, and she's been groomed to think that. And I hope we finally get into really what happened with her father and her as a child. I think she's blocked some things out. Her father was a complete degenerate. It would not be beyond for him to have done something to her to frame her mind to think that my body is what I have to offer a man. And so I think that kind of plays into it because both she and Harper are super hypersexualized in my mind. Again, I'm a millennial. Maybe that's not the case with the young folks, but I'm just saying that's what it gives. But no, sex can absolutely not fix everything. And again, she's in for it. And I think it's like she almost has this desire. Like I think there's a part of her, as much as she's saying she hates it, there's a part of her that likes being needed. I think a part of her likes like let me nurture you, let me tell you what to do. I really do. It's sick, but I think there's a part of her that likes it. I think she
That
likes it.
would explain why she kept the first boyfriend around, even though she was complaining the whole time. You were still doing all the work, and you were happy to do it up until you got frustrated. I don't. I try to. I'm always trying to find it for Yasmin. I was hoping to find it this season. Where do you find the blessing? I don't. I don't have any because even though I'm sure we'll get into the dynamic with her and her father even later in the season, but you can't tell me prior to you putting that ring on your finger, you knew who these people were. She's not new to this. It would be different if she was just on the outskirts of society somewhere. Ain't never seen a dime of any money. No, what privilege? I've never ran in these circles. You've been here before. You were born into this. I don't think that even with Henry, there was some facade put on that he was going to be anything more than what he is right now, even down to the uncle. So why are you getting here upset that you're getting what you signed up for? Like, I can't find it with Yasmin sometimes. I'm gonna keep trying though. I don't know. This this is and Henry does not have much of a poker face. If we're trying, oh Lord, he played it real cool this entire where? Oh Lord. Remove thyself, Auntie. You gotta go. She said, "Ho, get out of here. You're not here for me." Oh Lord, this is such a drab. I was like, oh God, this is a bleak episode, ain't it? We have some family here. Just when you thought it was done, I got somebody here on my side. My auntie's here. Not only is she here, but she is here to offer words of wisdom, some kindness, because I feel rejuvenated. I'm dating a younger man, and I'm from underneath the older man who I felt was being married and keeping me down, keeping me complacent, and don't have that happen to you. You too can be this way. You don't get from up underneath the likes of Henry. Don't stay the same kind of advice that her mother gave her over the phone when it came to boyfriend in the first season. Like, you can't, this does not a strong or good relationship make. Get from over there. You won't be valued. You won't grow. You too, get like me. I'm gonna go on around this function and see who all's here. Girl, get off of that man. I was like, Otto, ew. Ugh. Ugh. Otto, please. We ain't even see nothing. We're creeping around the corners and we see Yanti giving a little tap with a mint on the side. And Otto goes, whoo, you even better than your brother. This is your family. This is your man. This is your family, Yasmin. It's just like, yeah. Baby, the quicker she popped that Tic Tac in her mouth, the quicker. Yasmin said, baby, your bags are to the left. They're downstairs. Well, what did I do? She said, you couldn't wait to get here and be there for her. And what does Auntie do? Does Auntie try to offer any solace or discuss why we're maybe in the state of wanting to be anyone's whore or getting no? Well, your dad almost you, but he kept you because he knew you were gonna be a girl. Girl. This is such a sick lineage. Like, it's just so sick. Where are we gonna go with Yasmin? There just seems to be no hope. Auntie was giving off a vibe of what everybody else gave off, including the Autos and the friends, and everybody knew her usual what Daddy Charles was up to. Everybody knew about the young women. Everybody knew about the young children. Everybody knew that he was a predator, and nobody did anything about it. Sister was giving we always knew. Sister might have had encounters, who knows, with where it goes in their family. It very much so gives that. So if you're willing to do that with your sister, Yasmin, it's just very sick. But if the sister is this comfortable to say and admit anything like that, she's comfortable enough to turn a blind eye to what happened to her, what could have been happening to Yasmin. I don't know nothing about Yasmin. I don't know enough about Yasmin's mother. It's just so sad. I don't know what to do with this. She once again, she's out here alone with absolutely nobody because she sure can't count on her mama. I don't know. Ashley, auntie, remove yourself.
Yeah, immediately. And when she said, how did it taste? And she spit that mint across that castle floor. Go, if you don't get out of my house, auntie or not, you've got to go. I think, this is a sick and twisted family affair. It very much gave incestuous. It very much gave your brother was your lover. It very much gave Jamie and Cersei Lannister all of the things. And that man, your mouth feels better than your brother's. And the giggle, the smile as she wipes the residue away. Like, this is just beyond the pale, beyond the scope. Like, auntie, I thought you said you had a new young man. Why are you up here bobbing and weaving for Otto in the grotto? Like, what are we doing? I don't know. It just, to me, it was beyond. Also, it lets me know that auntie was complicit. You knew your brother was a predator, and had a girl child unsafe in a family full of men, Tyra. And clearly you knew or know more than you're letting on. And I think Yasmin, as sad and as hard as it's going to be, I think she's going to have to confront that. Whatever happened in her past, whatever this sick lineage is, I mean, it's cool throwing your auntie out, but you still have to sleep with that at night. Like, what is my family? What is this that I came from? And that's causing me to act the way that I'm acting now. Like I said last week, as far as with Harper, until she deals with things, I think she'll be stuck. Same with Yasmin. Until I think she fully confronts the just, I mean, because it is terrible to think this. And I mean, even the way her father treated her, if we see the go back to those interactions that they had after it all came out, it was really diabolical. I think she's going to have to deal with that before she can get any closure and move on. But Auntie from Hell needs to go back and never, ever, ever come back. You know, she's probably used to that. I think that's what they do in those circles. I mean, Otto's been around the block and screwed everybody. So I'm sure this is just par for her course to stay relevant. But I really think it's sad that Yasmin had to get that revelation of her auntie that way, the way that she did. I think that was sad.
It wasn't sad. She needed to get it. It was sad what Auntie's response was, because Auntie didn't have to say that, but she doesn't have anyone, and I needed her to acknowledge, even though we was in our, get up, and it was cute to put her out because I can. This is my home. What's to stop you from becoming Auntie?
Nothing.
What? Like you and all of this idle time, and in these circles, doing that. Like, what's to stop you from being your auntie? I need her to confront something, because please don't go over there with Otto or an uncle or anybody. Please, Yasmin, we can't. The audience stomach can't take it. Please.
When she was in contact with the uncle at the end, Tyra, it was very much giving like you too could be next. Like it very much. You know, like don't do that. I don't like that. Ugh. I'm sorry. That's what it felt like.
I just can't. I'm hoping that eye contact means something else. Like, please let it mean something else. Because if you traded a Charles for another Charles, we just can't. This not the industry. I'm just ready to go. Where's the industry? Child, Yasmin and Harper, what are we gonna do here? Hurry up and get to the getting. What are we doing here? Because why are you here? You invited me. Okay, but you're lonely. Well, you're lonely too. Well, I'm only here because you're lonelier than me, and I'm here. What are we doing? Get to the getting. I already said in the last discussion that they have not made it make sense for these two to still be friends. It doesn't work. Then we know that Harper isn't always in the search of a next move, a play. She's not going nowhere unless she's getting intel or information. She's just not coming to see nobody. She's not an actual friend. Why are they here? I didn't know what their interaction was, other than Harper letting us know how happy they looked at the wedding and how Yasmin got it to the crack of dawn. Backs were broken that day. I ain't never had it like that, Daddy. Now he won't touch me. Big Daddy just don't do me no more. I just don't know what's going on. Whatever the play is, even if it's going to be a minute before we get there, if Harper is confiding and like conspiring over there with Whitney, and it's going to affect Yasmin, they need to tell us now. I need something to hold on to in space. Get to that so we can get to the unveiling. Now, even if that's something to hold on to, how many times are we going to hear replay in the season? How many times are we going to have Harper at ends with Yasmin? And how could you do this to me? I thought you were X, Y, and Z. Well, it's all, about business. It's all about... I need something else. If they're going to do that again this season, I want them to remix it. I don't know how, but do something else. Ashley?
I mean, when Yasmin put Harper up that little house or had her paying rent on a place that she ain't paying nothing on, I knew, like, girl, leave these people alone, Harper. But Harper doesn't get it. And I think that's kind of the state of all of these people and their interactions, because none of these people are really friends. I think Gus and Rob were friends, but they're both gone now. Gus left early and Rob is gone now. I think that was kind of the only true friendship. They were roommates at college and carried it on here. But this is not a friendship. And I can't even call this frenemies, because it seems as though they really hate each other's guts. Yasmin is perpetually jealous of Harper and everything that she is, everything that she's achieved, all of those things. And I think Harper has had some jealousy about Yasmin being given so much, right? And Harper's had to work for it. And she said as much. I am just really over these melodramatic scenes where we have to have them face off every episode. Like, I don't care. Well, I'm here because you're lonely. No, you're lonely, Harper. I'm a businesswoman and I'm here to make deals. Like, we get it. Like, oh God, I could give a single damn. Harper did come in looking cute, and I get why she's there because I'm gonna put myself in every possible situation where I can barter, make deals, whatever, because that's the space that she's in. Why, Yasmin? What, Yasmin? Why are you here? Oh, you invited me. I'm like, did you forget who was on the guest list? Like, I ain't just roll up here. You invited me, Yasmin. They're always gonna, as toxic as it is, I fear they're always gonna run into each other's arms because out of everybody else in their circle, these two are probably the safest for each other. It's sick. It's sick and it's sad and it's weird. But I think they'll always be a part of each other's lives. I just, ugh. But I hate it, Tyra. I think it's so toxic. But it's
We need
indicative of every relationship on the show. They're all toxic.
we need a new character though. As toxic as Gus and Rob were, they were also like the morale in some cases. Just a couple of checks and balances, like, yeah, Harper, that's not cool. Yeah, Harper, don't ask me that. Yeah, no, Yasmin, you can't do that. Like, it was, there's just, there's no leverage now. It's just all down now. Like, it's all up. That's just it?
Well, I'm hoping that we get Sweet Pea more in the mix of things because I think she offers more of a wholesome, like, ethical, somebody to be in the mix that could shake it up. But I would be here for another powerhouse woman to come in the mix. I think that as far as the intermingling, it definitely is going to intermingle. This thing with Whitney and Harper is definitely going to extend to Yasmin, because he wants to get with Henry for Tenderism or Tinder, whatever that company is. And so with Harper wanting to get him and him wanting to get Henry, I think this is all going to become a big pot of gumbo and a huge mess for everybody involved.
We shall see. And I have no faith in Sweet Pea. If it was all of that Sweet Pea, you wouldn't have followed Harper's ass. I wouldn't follow Harper anywhere. You were already over there safe with that businesswoman from last season who told Harper, "Baby, we don't do that here. We are a legit company. You will not be playing on my time or Otto's. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go tell Otto what you're doing." He didn't care. He's diabolical. But still, I don't have as much faith in Sweet Pea because they didn't really give her a lot of dimension last season. What do we know about Sweet Pea beyond Sweet Pea gonna talk some mess? She's gonna know some tea and some intel, and she's gonna post her little pics on her OnlyFans. We don't know anything about Sweet Pea.
I
I don't
mean, she
know.
came in episode one, like, no, we can't do that. We're here for the people. Like, I think she's got a
But
backbone and some integrity. And I think she's there because Harper stood up for her. Like, I feel like the whole display, even though I feel like it was a stunt with Rishi initially, the whole, yeah, I'm going to get him over here and trick him out and, blah, 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 because of how he treated y'all. I think that probably bought some loyalty.
we'll see. And if you're loyal to Harper, you're a fool.
No one.
Fool. All right. Now, speaking of dangerous liaisons, I just knew we were gonna get it in. I say we had on our let them eat cake get up and no one got it. Well, outside of Otto getting him some top. Nobody got it in down at the function at the castle. This was prime get it in opportunity. Y'all do it everywhere else. But now, baby, I think Whitney is some work. Whitney is awful. It's some sinisterness in them their heels. Something is going on. It's some sickness seething under there. I feel like since we've met Whitney, we've met 4 different people. I don't know. I'm scared. I am scared, and everybody else should be too. The way that we just had to disrupt, destroy, and discard our friend of however many years business partner because you're not showing up here as the CEO that we need you to be. This is a professional place. And if you're not with it, you can get rolled over. We're trying to branch out and, kill the banks. But you go and offer this same CEO position to the likes of Henry, who's talk about unstable. So clearly it was never that. Now when he words it to Henry, it's all under like, well, why do you want me? Tinder for what? Well, you have connections. This space is about connections and who you know, and you can give me access that others can't. But why are you touching me though? Why are you looking all into my eyes? Why are you so close, sir? What do you want, Whitney? What do you want and what is your agenda? You could have went to anybody. You have enough sway to reach out and have connections and get someone else of prominence, somebody who has sobriety and has a sound mind and body to front and be the CEO of Tinder. But you came to him. Why? This I don't know what the plan is. I'm just really nervous, and Whitney is very uneasy as a character, and I just don't know what he wants. But for me, so far, even with our OGs, Whitney is the most intriguing thing that we have here this season, which says a whole lot because we've been down with Yasmin and Harper for how long? But right now, it's the Whitney show. And he didn't even get a lot of screen time here, but he do a lot with what he gets. Ashley?
Yeah. I mean, and I know the girlies be all heated rivalry, heated rivalry, heated rivalry. I felt like this was steam heat, honey, between them two. I was like, the tension is thick. Y'all feel that? Like, I was like, you can cut it with a knife. And yes, Nick, aka Whitney, is definitely giving talented Mr. Ripley. Like, you've got multiple personalities. You're here for a heist. Like, he's gonna use this man as the figurehead to try to clean up the image. You know what I mean? I feel like this is about the rebrand. This is about image, and this is like, I'm gonna rob you. I'm going to give you some of this peen and I'm going to rob you. I definitely, I told you, I said, let them eat cake. There was going to be cakes ate. I really was over here thinking. And then the fact that I know when somebody's in your personal space like this, baby, this is not platonic, honey. And I'm breathing your air. I can taste the breath out of your mouth coming directly into my nostrils. I can feel the heat from your lips, Nick. Like this was all right now. What are you doing? But yeah, I think this is about the rebrand. I think this is about having a figurehead that you can manipulate by any means necessary. I don't put it beyond Whitney to use anything to keep him in control, whether that's feeding him more dope, whether that's feeding him peen, or feeding him whatever else it is that he needs. A lot of people are saying, you know, Whitney's got secrets. Whitney's got secrets. Whitney, I fear, lives out loud with his proclivities. I don't think that's the secret. I think he's done something, like you said, very nefarious. And I think his ex-partner knows it. That's what I'm waiting for. I don't know if this is going to help circumvent some of the fallout that may arise, because Kumar we not gonna let this ride. Like this is about to be some mess. And I think this is me getting the pieces together and in place for when things arrive. And knowing Henry, not only does he have a name, he's still got all his family money. So, I mean, there's backing there, there's stability there. I think it's wise, but I think it's scary because I know it's going to turn sexual. We know that. We know what industry is. They're going over there, Tyra, in one way or the other. And I'm just bracing myself in advance. But I get it.
I thought they was gonna go over here today.
It's me.
Whitney is clearly a user. I just want to know where Harper comes in.
Oh, she gonna
We
be in
don't
there?
necessarily. Oh, she gonna be in there. It's gonna be a throuple,
Yeah,
a
with her strap.
threesome.
Yeah.
Oh, Harper, please get her. That strap weighed more than Harper. I just want to know, like, it's just so. I just was so nervous. Like, I don't like seeing, which I guess is okay because men too can be victims, but between the uncle and Yasmin and now Whitney, I was really nervous for Harper here. I was like, what are you, leave him alone. Leave Brittany alone. Leave him alone. Like, what are you gonna do? It's just giving like the straw that broke the camel's back. This man can't take too much more of, you did this to me. It only takes a little bit. And he's just completely over the edge. So what are you gonna do? Trying to get what you want and someone loses their life. Like, leave Brittany alone. Please. Please. Ashley said, there's no limit to what he's willing to offer up. He gonna offer up the cakes. He gonna offer up some drugs. Yeah, he's gonna do what he has to do. Now, girl, what? Haley, what you doing? Huh? What did Whitney tell you to do? Because you're not just here just to be here. What do you want? Here, sleeping, listening. Now, I don't know where we going with this. Because, oh, you're sleeping over? Okay, fine. It's late. Let me get you a room together. Or I could just get in the bed with you. Okay, yeah, come on. What? Oh, girl, no. I was just joking. I would never want to get in the bed with you. What do you want? Because you sure was trying to get in the bed with little baby right after the club talking about your bubblegum pink lips. Ma'am, we trying to have Yasmin over here rolling around in the hay with Haley. Is that where we're going? Because what do you want? Because it could. I don't know how deep she's into it with Whitney. Because we just had her ask about the past assistant, and that's about it. We haven't spent a lot of time with her. But working underneath him, what are you willing to do? Because hey, I need you to keep tabs on Miss Thing and see and know what she's doing at all times. You're sleeping with her, right? Are you over there doing that? Are you a for hired situation? Because I don't see anybody in Whitney's space not being just as diabolical as he is. And if not, what are you going to do when you figure out what all, he's done, or maybe what really happened to that past assistant? Ashley, what were the intentions? Was Haley really trying to go in that room with Yasmin?
She feeling it out. She's definitely feeling it out. Little Sally Draper is up to no good and is maniacal. I know who she works for, and I know that this was an effort. Just go see. Go put some feelers out and see how Yasmin moves, see what she's into, drop a little something like that and see what happens. I think this was a tester. I think this was a feeler, but the look she gave afterwards, that like we'll probably see him bump pocketbooks at some point. And I really am like, Sabrina, please. It's not something I need, Tyra. Like it's just another layer, another level. Maybe it'll feel like maybe she's endeared. I mean, at some point, are you trying to switch careers? Like, are you gonna go be the house assistant for Yasmin? Like, where is this leading to? Why are we trying to establish this connection or relationship between the two of them? I know it's going to be a plot device for something, but what are we trying to get to? I hope it's espionage. Like, I hope she's a spy for Whitney. That'll be more entertaining than you really falling for Yasmin.
I
That would
don't
be.
know. Everybody wants Yasmin. Now, what they do when they get her is a different story. But majority of the time, everybody wants some Yasmin because she's just so fine. You know what I mean? Well, we'll see. But Carol, don't pretend you wanted to go and let her eat cake. That's fine. It's okay. But leaving here, we'll see what happens with that. Oh, I don't want to linger here too long. We could feel it the entire episode. We could feel it when we got that little ending of the first episode of this season. These bouts of mental illness, self-medicating, the depression, the drugs, on top of whatever you're shooting up, he decided to take and drop some acid. Lord. We're dropping some acid down at the function, a hot mess, all in the videos, all on the record, all down at dinner, kissing on. Get off of me! I didn't come here for this. Embarrassing Yasmin, embarrassing Uncle. Until this man pops up, says, "Hey, we don't have to take this. Let's get out of here. Let's go get away. Let's just get a drink, get some air." At some point, I knew. I think once we got to the bar and we were sitting with the folks talking, and he's just there, but he's not really there. I was like, "Is this his dad? Or is this an ex-lover?" Like, it was giving like Reaper vibes. Like, I came for you. Like, this is your impending doom. We always knew that you wouldn't make it past 40. You're gonna do just like I did. Like, come with me type energy. It was come with me to the other side. It was very Princess and the Frog type energy. I was like, who is this? It's very, very dark. The energy around him from the moment that he embraced him, it was dark. But we're getting into bar fights because people, Molly the maids in them down there running their mouth. They talking smack all about Yasmin. I said, "Oh Lord, Yasmin just can't. Yasmin can't catch a break. She's already hot gossip down at the local pub." But he's feeling defensive. We have our little fight there, a bloody fight. I was like, "Is he alive? Is he okay?" We have that happen, and then we go and sit with the priest. A whole bunch of things there, and it's just really giving. You're about to go to the other side, and it's just It just felt like Henry accepting the fact that he no longer wanted to be here and going through all the check marks of, okay, this is why I want to go on and not make it to my 40th. We already had that in the beginning of the episode with him asking, I think, one of the butlers or handlers or whatever to change the lock on, the access and the storage with the guns and whatever else ammo in there. Like, yeah, we wouldn't want anybody. It was kind of giving, kind of save me from myself because I could really take myself out in any type of way. I thought that's where we were going to go once we identified, the scarring and that this was in fact his father and kind of giving us some lights and some flashbacks into how he went out. I said, poor little Henry, you just was really sitting at the table. And he was like, I was with my dad the whole day. I shined his shoes and everything. It was like any other day. And he just didn't care enough to stay or didn't think about me. He went and thought about himself and whatever his mental state was and, took himself away. We decided to go in the garage with the same car that daddy. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, is this it? They pushed it, didn't they? We were right there. It was very midsummer. I was like, please get us out of this garage. I unfortunately I was happy to see him go. And that's not good. I didn't like the way that he was choosing to go, but if this is us moving beyond his character and getting back to the show, then so be it. The fact that we woke up and found our reason to live because we heard Yasmin's voice. So that's still not you choosing yourself. You're still not taking any directions towards yourself and why you deserve to live and why you're a good person and why you deserve to be okay and get some help. Go to somebody. It's just like, no, it's Yasmin. Did I hear Yasmin? All the way down to the bar when we snapped out of something enough to throw hands because you were talking about Yasmin. Yasmin's your reason to live. Really? That's a sad day. That's a sad day. This was sad. He lived. I mean, hoorah, but I can't lie and say that I really wanted him to make it out of this episode. I was like, what the Voltaire said, let us be done with this. Let us be done with this and go on and take us out of here. But we have more time to spend over here with Sir Henry. Actually, how did you feel about this? And at what point did you know that this was Henry's father?
When he was talking to that man and looking around and wasn't nobody else there, I was like, I said, oh God, hello darkness, his old friend. I was like, okay, like what are we doing? Because what pissed me off most about that whole thing with the father is that it did come in like a lover. Like, this is my lover boy who comes into town ever so often and we have a good time at the bar. Like, it wasn't familial or platonic. There was like this very sexual energy between the two of them from the moment they met. And so I don't know
No,
why.
all of them. Yasmin and both of these families give ancestral. Especially you see, winter is coming. All of them give that. Like, why we always gotta go over there?
I don't know. It was very odd. And so then I was like, oh, this is the young version of his father. So now it's his mate. Like, you're my mate. We're having a good time drinking at the bar, and you literally almost unalive someone. Now, I didn't know it was Yasmin's voice who gave him the will to live. I thought it was just in the moment waking up, like getting the realization of like, what the hell am I doing? Like, what am I, maybe like coming to himself? But again, I don't think it's going to be long lasting. I feel like if you were going to devote all of this time and energy to Jon Snow, aka Henry, he should have been out of here. It should have been done. I think that would have been a nice, okay, oh, we saw his whole journey start to finish. Now Yasmin, what you finna do with this bag? You're gonna invest with Harper? You're gonna be a third partner with she and Eric? Like, okay, where are we going? But I feel like this was very much anticlimactic for me. And I also feel like this should have come with a trigger warning. I thought this was very heavy. I thought these were very odd themes. I think because you almost take us to the brink of something, that should have been addressed. And then you should have had a hotline number. Because I'm like, this could have triggered something. You know what I mean? Like, it was very much, he's literally on his way out there. I didn't expect them to show so much or go into such great, because you like felt it. Like, I was like, oh, he ready to meet the maker here. And so I really wish they would have done that and had a hotline for somebody to call in case this, trigger somebody. But yeah, this was a lot. Like I said, it was very much Beautiful Mind, very much hello darkness, my old friend. Like, gone if you're gonna go. But the fact that now you're reinvigorated, that's why I question if it was bipolar disorder. Because I'm like, you're so
We
manic
won't
and then you're
know. That's
depressed
why
and
it's
then
like,
you're
why aren't we diagnosing anything? I mean, how much effort would it really take to at least try to get him properly medicated? And then it's like, well, we did what we could, and you're still turning to alleviate whatever with these other drugs. Nope, nobody cares.
mm-mm. I put it in his food, in his applesauce or something. Yasmin like to sneak and do something. Ooh, girl, put some in his coffee. Like, help him
Seriously,
out.
but I was chilling. I was like, okay, we're definitely alluding to the idea that he no longer wants to be here and he's in this deep state of depression the entire episode. But by the time we got to showing like the noose marks around Daddy's neck, I was like, okay, y'all didn't give no warning before, ahead of the episode. Like normally they'll give a little, so it's like, oh, okay, let me sit up. We know what to expect. Once we got to the actual car, I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, okay, but I'm like, if this is how we're gonna go, then we go and go. If you don't want me, then don't talk to me. Then you didn't hear that part where Yasmin was like saying his name and it's like Henry, Henry, and he's like, oh Lord, what am I doing? I was like, Yasmin brought you out of it. But Yasmin can't, be your motivation, which is why when we come out of it and we decide to run into the arms of the one we love, child. I was like, yeah.
Explain this for me, Tara. Because early in the episode, Uncle's talking to him, they're having their come to Jesus moment, and he's like, yeah, because you have this wife now, I don't give a damn about Yasmin. And then she was like, what did you say? He said, where's Yasmin gonna go? She ain't going nowhere.
You ain't going nowhere. You ain't got nothing. Your family's name is burnt. Where you going? It was very like, I'm leaving you and I'm taking. You ain't leaving me, girl. Where you going? You don't have nothing. What you gonna leave here with your name, anime? You don't have nothing. You don't got nobody. Did you read your prenup? Where are you going, Yasmin? Who are you?
Her at the end, right, to pull you back because you just said you don't give a damn about Yasmin. Yasmin can keep quiet, but she ain't going nowhere. You need this money.
You need this money. You need this money, Marcus. This is my money, Marcus. I mean, the both of them. She ran out of there like she had just been, oh, I was stressed out. I didn't know where you were. Don't you ever do this to me again. I was like, baby, he was in the garage. He was in the garage and nobody okay. But we decided to get it in right on top of the car because he's just so inspired. There's life now. I know my reason to be here. Yasmin, she called my name when I was in the dawn of the darkness. We're going to get it on top of this car. And I'm going to let you know if you ever put me through this again, I'm going to be the one that takes you out. And we have winter is coming. Being a voyeur outside of the winter. I was like, what you mean spring is coming? Sir, don't give me no Game of Thrones references in these streets. This is not that type of Jon Snow. All of the kissing and Jasmine has that faint blood on the top of her lip, somebody else's blood. Like, what are we doing? And then we have the state of, well, hey, I made some choices. Not only am I gonna proceed with this tender thing, but we need to have a baby. Please don't bring a baby in here. Oh, uncle up there, please don't make it stop. The way that this family is, and especially how daddy rolled up, because I did too, before I realized, like, oh, this is your father, I was like, is this a lover? Like, yeah, every time you come to town, we get it in and have our way. I'm like, well, why are you giving this energy even in some type of grim process as a father? It's not giving that. It was giving sexual. Oh, uncle up here, and how he can disregard him. There's a sickness there. Look here, we will not be sharing fluids with anybody, Yasmin. Please. I'm hoping that the look up on, spring is coming is Yasmin's doing what she's supposed to do. Not only are we gonna get Henry all the way together, but she's gonna have that baby. We're gonna get that air. We're one close over. Girl, yes. Double pump, triple reverse, as Ashley would say. Because we're gonna get that baby. We need to continue the bloodline. Hopefully it was that. Please don't bring a baby into this though. I'm really I want them to get back over there to Rock. I want them to get back over there Because I know once we had that thrust in the park up there, wherever they were in those flowery fields, do you want me to get some protection? Do you want like, no, I want to feel you in me, all of you. Rob did his big one. How long have we been married from the point of A to B? Could this be us conspiring to act like this Johnny Apple Rob seed is actually your seed? Because I need you to touch me. I need to say you haven't touched me since. It's not going to make sense if you don't touch me in this span of time. I need us to get it in so I can act like this baby is yours. Take us over there. Just take us anywhere. Just make it make sense, especially if we're going to have to deal with the pregnant Yasmin. If not, and that's not the case, just don't let her carry no seeds and let him go on by his merry way, and he needs to go on die. R.I.P. So sorry to say that, but just take him on through there. Ashley?
Oh, I was like, how dare y'all disrespect the sanctity of the grounds of Downton? I said, this is such a violation. You got 40 staff, 40 maids, 40 butlers, 40 everything. And y'all are out here on the hood of the car that your daddy took his life in. And she's dressed in the manner of Grace Kelly about to go on a ride in the vineyard. It's beyond. First of all, I'm not having unprotected sex with an IV drug user, known IV drug user, unless I got motivation. And I'm going to set it right there. She got a motivation to want this man to screw her. She's been working too hard at it. She's been working too hard to get him to put something in there. So it wouldn't be beyond me. Yasmin is a diabolical heifer at the end of the day. I didn't like the eye contact. I didn't like the eye contact with Grand Maester Pycelle up there in the window. I didn't like it. I fear that something will go there. I think Yasmin is desperate. She's in desperation. And the fact that not only did he say there, oh, spring is coming, literally, pun intended, you stayed there, ho. Did you watch them finish? Like, it's beyond. And yeah, let's have a baby because babies, Tyra, they fix everything. Thought you knew. If we can just squeeze out a seed, a progeny, right? We'll be good to go. This is just toxic as hell. This is his decay and demise. It was not satiated like forever. This was a temporary fix. Give it 2 weeks. He'll be back crying under the table, rocking back and forth in the fetal position. He needs help. And the fact that she's just thinks her little threats is gonna change something. This man clearly is beyond the scope of your help and expertise. Call them people 5150 immediately. Get this man inpatient. He needs intensive inpatient treatment to work on everything and get his meds balanced out, Tyra. This will be, and how do we know what's hereditary? Because y'all want to have, it's fine. When she has this blonde hair, blue eyed baby, they'll see.
That's what I was gonna say. I said, hopefully we get a little piece of time jump, and this baby has the bluest. Like that ain't my baby. Whose Caucasian baby is that, Yasmin? That ain't my baby. I want some Cat Williams. Whose goddamn white baby is that? That's not my baby, yes. I want some of that. Like I need something to really come full circle and connect Yasmin back into the central story the way that I want, outside of Harper. And woe is me. How could you do this? You knew what Whitney was up to the whole time. Whatever's gonna happen, who knows? But I need that blonde hair, blue eyed baby. Something. I need a reason for Rob to return. I'm hoping that it's like, yeah, y'all thought I was gone, didn't you? Yep, came back peak season. I don't want too much of Sir Henry because they drove off into the sunset like he was fixed. I was like, nothing changed. Nothing changed. Getting back into maybe he could be bipolar, like he just cuts it on and cuts it off. And yet, Yasmin, this is my reason to live. Let's go and make passionate love on the hood of this car. And yep, baby, I'm okay now. Never again. Yep. Who's sober? Me. Who's gonna be a CEO? Me. Who's gonna put a baby in you? Yeah. What? And then when he falls apart in 2 more episodes, then what? I don't know. I have absolutely none. I'm sorry. I have nothing for the show. Of course, we had our little moment where baby she rejected Whitney like she was a little nervous. Because we gonna learn some tea down in the function, and I think it was Yasmin who said, like, yeah, you didn't know. Like, baby, don't just assume that everybody in this circle came from money. I'm surprised old Harper didn't do any homework. Like, yeah, he didn't come from money. When did he come from money? He was out there struggling in CD workshops, doing under stuff. Like, he's not from that. So don't I tell you, hey boo, you trying to come strap up? She's like, no, not tonight. No, maybe next time. Ashley, predictions at all?
No, you know what I would like. Ooh, that's like real bad. Hello. What I would like to see is Eric next episode. I want to see more of Eric. Like, I'm like, if we're going to do some of the more ancillary characters, let's get over there with Eric. I'll even settle for damn Rishi at this point. Damn it. Just give me something that's entertaining. I want to see what this new shop is going to look like with Harper and Eric, and how that the demise of that is going to be, is going to work out. So here's the thing. I just really want them to get back to basics of what industry was supposed to be. And that's about managing the financial market and what you do to get ahead in business and, dominate. That's what I want to get us back into, the melodrama and the side relationships of it all and the downtonness of it all. I don't want to see that over here. I want them to get back to what made us like the show in the first place.
That's why I like you. They just needed to be. No, I like the confinements of Pure Point. It kept all the characters in check. Now, if we were gonna want to change something, they could have been elevating and changing power dynamics in Pure Point. Or what I thought we were gonna do this season, since that other company took over, I thought that they were going to be dealing with new policy and like this isn't the same old Pure Point. It's really not Pure Point at all. This isn't what we know, and them trying to operate the same way and being checked about it. It's just like, okay, well, how are we supposed to be successful now? This is what I've been doing here for over 20 years. No, we just left. We just left. So now it shouldn't be, but it's kind of responsible for Harper and Eric to hold up what we were, once familiar with. We'll see, but we don't need a different show. The show was fine the way it was. I think the formula was great. But y'all, that was the show. Let me get over here, Rose's Bud. I saw you, girl. I saw you give that membership. Thank you so much, Rose's Bud, for gifting my membership to the Sweet Peas over here with Matthew Wilson. Thank you. Ashley, anything you want to share with the folks before we get out of here?
Yes. Tomorrow, don't forget, tomorrow night we are doing Night of the Seven Kingdoms, as well as 90 Day Fiance season 8 episode 7, I believe. And then we have Hijack this week. We have The Pit this week. We've got Beauty, a brand new Ryan Murphy series that comes out on Wednesday. We'll be having that live this week. So make sure your notifications on. Make sure you have you're subscribed to everybody. Hit the like button, comment, hype us up, do all those things. And thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate y'all coming through.
What she said. And also, tell me lies. Don't forget about that. We're doing Tell Me Lies also. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to something new and refreshing, because for the life of me, I don't know why I didn't fully watch the trailer to Beauty. And the lead for Beauty is Ashton Kutcher. I did not know that until I was gathering my teams. I said, who called Ashton? We still call him Ashton after everything. We still. What is this gonna look like? Ryan loved taking a good penitentiary chance, because I wouldn't call Ashton Kutcher for nothing after all the allegations. But yeah, we'll be over there watching and hopefully getting our life with the hot mess of that. But y'all be sure to hit that like button and bring a friend next time you decide to come talk about industry. We will see you guys tomorrow with more content, and y'all have a good night. Good night.
You make me wanna throw my picture out the window. Tell MCI to cut